been a nice calm day up to now, and indeed the weather forecast said it was going to blow and rain, and indeed, lo and behold, it has started to blow and rain. I'm going to leave the boat open for a little while. It needs airing, and then I'm going to go for a walk and talk to you. Poor old boat, the paint didn't do very well. It's that latex paint. Seems to have done alright on the front deck. Only a couple of patches it's gone. But, oh boy, has it gone? Oh. Yeah, water underneath as well. So, I think this is the last time I use it. Oh, a beautiful Aurelia Auriata. Tilt that a little bit. There we go. Isn't that perfect? Animals have so much grace. It's interesting when comparing it to humans. What is our race advantage? When you look at animals, they're all perfectly adapted to something or other. What are humans adapted to? I suppose that's really the ultimate question. I know what I'm adapted to, and that is to take advantage of everything I can in a way which benefits everything I can think of. But how do humans translate this into the average human translate this into their average everyday life? And that is perhaps the big problem. At some stage we were predated upon in nature, and we responded perhaps by, not by might or stealth, but by looking at things differently. And what has happened to us? Well, from what I can see, the only people with the correct eyesight, metaphors, are children, because they haven't been trained to see things in a special way. They see things as they are, and that is perhaps what is going to be our downfall. We don't see things as they really are. We see things as we think they are, or we are told they are, and that is where education falls down, and that is where we have so many big problems. Business is too... People are trained to take advantage of every single thing, even though it's detrimental to the ultimate aim of business, and that's to survive. So, you have people going to university, studying sales, and then going to work for companies like Adobe, and then looking at the way the sales are made and saying, oh, we can make 150% more profit by selling only on the internet. So if you buy Adobe products, the only way you'll access them is via the internet. Oh, and we can take all the films because we have the capacity. So what our poor customers don't know is that we have access to everything they write and say via artificial intelligences. So we win every way. And what's happening now? More and more people are saying, well, why should I use Adobe if I can get another program virtually for free? And I pay once and I have it for, perhaps it's usable for 10 years, 20 years, maybe even more. it's so. In other words, a big company employing salespeople who say, "Oh, we must do this and we must do this, that to increase sales," are in the long term putting the business in danger and maybe even forcing the business to have alternative plans, all because of education. Now, I have made an artwork that is the wooden spoons. And the only people I understand, the only people I seem to understand it straight away are children. And they look at it and say, oh yeah, oh, isn't that funny? Adults look at it and go, gosh, this is a really nice piece of work. But they don't step back and look at the whole. They just look at the picture that's in front of them. And I guess that's what life has taught us. But then the majority of us simply do what we're programmed to do and don't think much about it. And that is such a shame, because our world is dynamic and we need to be, especially if we are to do well at it and preserve the things which really matter. Looking around me now, I see seagulls, crows. I think that may be a cuckoo over there a little minute ago. There are this over here, I'll turn the camera around, is one of the most beautiful mud flats that I know. Over there, there's a wonderful sandy beach sheltered by the island. Over here, well, you can see it's moorland. Back there, it was marsh. So, if you're attuned to it, you see all sorts of magical little things. For instance, here alongside the road, a little bit earlier, I think we're probably at the end now, there were summer mushrooms, known in Norway as modle, and quite edible and very highly prized. But because they're growing beside the road, oh no, we can't eat them. Or maybe it's just a question of people don't know. They just see these things and, well, I'm not going to go anywhere near that, it looks a bit weird. But when you really begin to see, when you really begin to listen, no. GoPro, stop capture. Thank you. When you really begin to look, you find the world is so different. Ooh, one of the early orchids, a purple. Anyway, I just took my car tires out of the lorry storage container. I keep them in, and to do that I had to pass the blue tits nest box, and blow me down, there were the parents fluttering around, and there was a little face peeking out the hole. So they are nearly ready to come out, and thank goodness I didn't cut the grass near them. Fortunately it's waist high, so they should have no difficulty in hiding. But I've noticed the neighbours have got cats. They don't last very long where I live, because the farmer puts out a lot of poisons for the mice and rats, and I found several bodies over the years and had to bury them. It's not a nice death, but at least my birds and some of the animals which find themselves on my land are free. Right now I may have rats that I want to find out if they are rats. I've got the, I guess, Nordic equivalent of a hamster. I filmed him about 3 years ago. He was actually climbing a felled tree and wasn't able to hold on, so he fell off and he climbed again just to get at nice juicy leaves. I also filmed a weasel, tiny little weasel, and he just changed his coat to winter white, so it was the most beautiful thing. But my God, flash. So I don't expect a weasel lives very long. Perhaps blue tit. Yep. Anyway, right, this is a nice little walk in the rain. People talk about fine weather. Well, fine weather is when you have the sun out and it's uncomfortably hot. Nope, fine weather is this. It's beautiful. You don't get too hot. And it's refreshing. Well, today I checked my post box and I found a parcel I'd sent a week or so ago, and it had been returned because I hadn't filled out the customs form. As I explained in the shop, I shouldn't have to pay for the parcel again, as it only went halfway, and I paid for the full trip. I also met one of my old neighbours. We got on very well, but unfortunately his wife left him. I won't say any more than that on relationships in couples and marriage, but what happened was he got so upset. He loaded his truck with explosives and drove to the nearest tunnel and stopped midway and told the authorities he wanted his wife back, otherwise he'd blow the tunnel up. As it was under the sea, they were understandably a little bit cautious.